The reluctant romantic. James Stewart's endearing portrayal of Elmer Clampett in Small Town Girl, 1936. James Stewart, a name synonymous with American cinema, carved his niche by portraying ordinary men caught in extraordinary circumstances. Before he became the quintessential Jimmy Stewart, the embodiment of moral fortitude and unwavering idealism in films like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington and It's a Wonderful Life, he was a young actor still finding his footing, experimenting with different characters and honing his skills. One such formative role was that of Elmer Clampett in the 1936 MGM romantic comedy, Small Town Girl. While not as celebrated as his later, more iconic performances, Stewart's portrayal of the awkward, charming, and ultimately lovable Elmer reveals the actor's nascent talent and provides a fascinating glimpse into the development of the on-screen persona that would define his career. Small Town Girl, directed by William A. Wellman and based on a novel by Ben Ames Williams, centers on Priscilla Hyde, Janet Gaynor, a vivacious young woman from the eponymous small town who finds herself entangled with Bob Dakin, Robert Taylor, a wealthy and somewhat irresponsible Bostonian. Elmer Clampett, as played by Stewart, is Priscilla's longtime admirer, a shy and unassuming local boy whose affections are often overlooked amidst Priscilla's whirlwind romance with the dazzling outsider. While the film's narrative primarily revolves around the love triangle formed by Priscilla, Bob, and Bob's eventual fiancée, Mrs. Brinton, Benny Barnes, Elmer's character, though secondary, provides a crucial counterpoint to the sophisticated urban world represented by Bob. He embodies the values of small-town America: sincerity, loyalty, and a quiet, understated devotion. From his first appearance, Stewart establishes Elmer as a figure distinct from the polished and confident Bob Dakin. Elmer is introduced as a lanky, somewhat clumsy individual, his movements characterized by a nervous energy that betrays his underlying anxieties. He's dressed in simple, slightly ill-fitting clothes, a stark contrast to Bob's impeccably tailored suits. This visual presentation immediately signifies Elmer's grounded, unassuming nature, setting him apart from the superficial allure of the city dweller. Stewart masterfully employs his physical presence to convey Elmer's awkwardness and internal turmoil. He fidgets with his hands, stammers when speaking to Priscilla, and often avoids direct eye contact, all subtle cues that communicate his shyness and insecurity. This physicality, which would become a hallmark of Stewart's acting style, lends a genuine vulnerability to Elmer's character, making him instantly relatable and endearing to the audience. Elmer's defining trait is his unwavering and selfless affection for Priscilla. He is deeply in love with her, but his shyness and lack of self-confidence prevent him from openly expressing his feelings. Instead, he expresses his love through acts of kindness and quiet support. He is always there for Priscilla, offering a listening ear, a helping hand, and unwavering loyalty, even when she is caught up in her relationship with Bob. He represents the steadfast and reliable love that often goes unnoticed in the pursuit of more exciting, albeit fleeting romances. One of the most poignant scenes showcasing Elmer's devotion is when Priscilla is arrested for drunk driving after a wild party with Bob. Elmer, despite his own discomfort and fear of authority, immediately rushes to her aid. He bravely confronts the stern and imposing sheriff, pleading for Priscilla's release. This act of selflessness, driven by his unwavering love for her, reveals the depth of Elmer's character and highlights his willingness to put Priscilla's well-being above his own. Throughout the film, Stewart's portrayal of Elmer is characterized by a subtle humor that stemmed from his inherent awkwardness and earnest attempts to win Priscilla's affection. His comedic timing, though understated, is impeccable, adding a layer of warmth and charm to the character. He delivers his lines with a hesitant, almost apologetic tone, making his pronouncements both funny and endearing. For example, in one scene, Elmer attempts to impress Priscilla with his knowledge of the city, rattling off a list of landmarks and attractions in a nervous, almost breathless manner. His mispronunciation of certain words and his obvious discomfort with the subject matter make the scene both humorous and heartwarming. The audience can't help but root for him, even as they recognize the futility of his efforts. While Elmer is consistently portrayed as the nice guy who finishes last, Stewart ensures that he is never presented as a pathetic or pitiable figure. He imbues Elmer with a quiet dignity and resilience that prevents him from becoming a mere caricature. Elmer may be shy and unassuming, but he is also intelligent, compassionate, and ultimately self-respecting. He understands his limitations and accepts his place in Priscilla's life, but he never compromises his own values or loses his sense of self-worth. In the climax of the film, Priscilla, disillusioned with the superficiality and irresponsibility of Bob's lifestyle, realizes the true value of Elmer's love and devotion. She recognizes that he is the one who has always been there for her, offering unwavering support and genuine affection. In a moment of clarity, she rejects Bob and embraces Elmer, finally acknowledging the depth of his love. This ending, while somewhat predictable, is deeply satisfying, as it reinforces the film's message about the importance of genuine connection and the enduring power of small-town values. It also serves as a testament to Stewart's ability to portray Elmer as a truly deserving recipient of Priscilla's affection. He has successfully convinced the audience that Elmer is not simply a fallback option, but rather a man of substance and integrity who offered a love that is far more meaningful and lasting than the fleeting infatuation offered by Bob. Stewart's performance in Small Town Girl is significant not only for its own merits, but also for its foreshadowing of the actor's future roles. Many of the characteristics that define Stewart's later iconic characters are already present in his portrayal of Elmer Clampett. The inherent decency, the quiet strength, the unassuming charm, and the unwavering moral compass. Elmer's struggle to overcome his shyness and express his love mirrors the struggles faced by many of Stewart's later characters, who often find themselves in situations that test their courage and conviction. Furthermore, the film's themes of small-town values and the importance of genuine human connection resonate deeply with the themes that would become central to Stewart's most celebrated works. Small Town Girl can be seen as a precursor to films like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington and It's a Wonderful Life, which also celebrate the virtues of small-town America and the power of individual decency to overcome adversity. In conclusion, while Small Town Girl may not be considered a landmark film in James Stewart's illustrious career, his portrayal of Elmer Clampett is a valuable and insightful glimpse into the development of the actor's iconic on-screen persona. His masterful use of physicality, subtle humor, and genuine emotional vulnerability brings Elmer to life as a relatable and endearing character who embodies the values of sincerity, loyalty, and unwavering devotion. By imbuing Elmer with a quiet dignity and resilience, Stewart elevates the character beyond a mere stereotype and transforms him into a truly deserving recipient of Priscilla's love. Through Elmer Clampett, Stewart laid the groundwork for the kind of role that would define his career. The ordinary man who ultimately proves to be extraordinary.